All right. What's up, y'all? It's Joey Womack, founder, CEO of Goodie Nation, coming to you with a quick story. We know that stories matter, especially around building relationships. So today is a special day for Goodie Nation. It is the 3-year anniversary from when we received the notification via email about the Tech Done Right grant from the Kapor Center. So I'm going to share today a little bit about that experience, the things that led up to it in the year before, but also things that happened in the roughly 2 weeks after. So at 4:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, June 24th, 2019, I'm sitting in the barbershop. That's when I had a little bit of hair and stuff, waiting on an appointment. The barber's late a little bit. And so um, I look down at my phone and I see the preview come in from Kapor Center. Like, we're pleased to inform you that you've received a Tech Done Right grant. And literally, my words, and I'm going to keep this clean because of the various people watching across social media, but it's a 4-letter word. I said "oh-ish," but not that particular word. Like, I screamed it out in the barbershop. And so I immediately kind of step outside to gather myself, and I called Justin Dawkins, who's now at Collab Capital. So the reason why I was so excited, going back a full year, we had just completed at Goodie Nation our pre-accelerator. So those that don't know, Goodie Nation right now runs a virtual first post accelerator that was funded by the Kapor Center with the Tech Done Right grant. But before that, we were running a pre-accelerator. And the cohorts, while we had some early success in 2016 with companies like Gooder, Inclusive, or used to be called Civic Dinners, and Mini City, the cohorts in 2017 and 2018 are all amazing people. At the end of the day, not much came out of those companies, more so because of stuff that we did, and more importantly, stuff that I did or didn't do at Goodie Nation. And so we had some tons of success in other areas, but I began to kind of rethink what our program would look like moving forward. I was like, this is not producing the type of returns that I want to in terms of impact. We had tremendous impact with those cohorts, but it wasn't what I was looking for. So I began to kind of rethink it. And so during that time period, also proposed, I got married. And so coming off of my honeymoon, I was starting to think, okay, what is the future of Goodie Nation? So my guy, Brian Gary, used to be at the Kapor Center, is like, hey, listen, Kapor Center has this Tech Done Right grant opportunity, yada, yada, yada. And so he connected me with a few folks over there. At the same time, he also connected a few other people in the ecosystem, like Cornelius Bankston, used to be at the Chamber and Tech Plug, and then also the Collab Capital team. And so we decided to all come together to put together an application for the Tech Done Right grant. So it was Goodie Nation, it was Tech Plug, and it was Collab Capital to create a program that would, starting off in Atlanta, create a culture that was intentional about supporting diverse founders and social entrepreneurs through connections to coaches, to capital, and to customers, right? Now, here's the thing. Despite all the success, I think, in the impact of Goodie Nation, I think a lot of people can attest to that. We actually had a little bit of trouble, not a little, we had a lot of trouble raising money for Goodie Nation, particularly in Metro Atlanta, no shades in the organizations. And so when we put in the grant application, which I did feel was really strong, and we had all the kind of key players there, I wasn't confident that we would receive it. Again, we had put in for grant applications before, we had gotten turned down, even though, again, I thought we had a great impact. But Justin Dawkins, he's like, hey, listen, I think we're going to get this thing. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. So it was roughly, I don't know, maybe 30, 35 days between the time we submitted in June 24th. And so I just kind of went on about my life, started doing other things. We had a few of the projects cooking at Goodie Nation, and Collab Capital and Tech Plug was doing a few things. So when he got the email, the reason why I left that audible 2-word phrase was because I did not think, one, I did not think that we would get it. And then 2, I understood that we had the potential to do something huge if we were able to execute. Now, here's the thing. The program, which is now called Intentionally Good, at that time, the title was the Intentionally Good Project, was strictly on paper. Strictly on paper. It was a Google Doc. There was nothing behind it. Remember, we were evolving the pre-accelerator. We kind of ended that. So everything that we proposed was strictly on paper. And as a part of that welcome message or that congratulatory message from Kapor Center, they're saying we're going live, we're going national with this announcement on July 11th. So what I knew that to mean is that between June 24th, 4:32 p.m. and July 11th, we had to make some stuff happen. We had to create a program, we had to create a landing page and all this other stuff. And to add on top of that, and I actually think this is a genius move by Kapor Center. They're saying by the end of August, you have to show some evidence that your program is working or is not working, one way or the other, which meant that we had to execute super fast. Now, the great thing about us is that we're a bunch of startup founders, so we know how to make stuff happen just like that. And so it was off to the races, like literally off to the races, designing out the full, like all the details of the program, creating all the marketing materials, the logo. I mean, we recently got a new logo for Intentionally Good, which now we're trademark on. But the original logo took about 30 minutes in Photoshop. Like we made everything in 2 weeks, like staying up 16 hours a day, working straight 16 hours, identifying founders, trying to bring in partners, coaches, so on and so forth. An extremely stressful time to go from 0 to 1, essentially, before they made the public announcement. So when you went to the website after, no one had any idea. They thought the program was fully baked out, anything but what we knew, and we had just kind of made stuff happen in traditional startup fashion. What I can tell you next is, what happened from July 11th on is a thing of beauty. The original grant application called for it to be a 1-year pilot. So essentially from July 1st through July 1st, 2019 through June 30th, 2020, focusing on 20 entrepreneurs in Metro Atlanta. And then we would start to break outside of Atlanta, break into new markets. We didn't put this necessarily in the grant application, though we alluded to it. The vision was always to go national and ultimately global with where we with our impact. And so what I can tell you right now on June 24th, 2022 is that Goodie Nation sits at 290 companies in our program from that original 10 in the fall of 2019. That's representing companies representing 33 states in the US and now 9 other countries outside the US. And by the end of July of this year, so roughly, 30, 35 days, we'll be at about 425 companies in our program. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be more than 9 other countries. It'll probably be around 13, 14, 15 other countries, if not more than that. So watch out for July 11th. We were going to come back with some big news on that date. Again, that's the date that we went public, or Kapor Center went public, and we could tell the world about the Intentionally Good project, which is now Intentionally Good. We can talk a little, and we'll talk about the impact that we've made in the last 3 years. And when I say Goodie Nation, I don't just mean the Goodie Nation team. I mean people watching. I mean the Goodie Nation community. We have truly created a community that's intentional about supporting diverse founders and social entrepreneurs and people that want to make a difference in this world. So sit tight. We have some big news coming out on July 11th in terms of how we're expanding in new markets. And I'm super excited about this. So thank you all for the support over the last few years, especially during the last two and change, where it's been a lot of upheaval in the world. But I think we're on the right pathway. We couldn't do it without you. So thanks for watching. It's been a great journey over these past 3 years, which started out very, very exciting on a rocket ship for me. Peace out, y'all.